welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kayla. And if you noticed by the title, then you know I'm doing a review on the new ColourPop No Filter line. I'm going to be telling you what I think about the products. Is it worth it? Should you spend your hard-earned money on it? Is the $12 price point all that it says to be? Are you going to end up snatched? Is it going to pay some student loans? Are you going to be debt-free? That I can't really answer for you because I'm still trying to find the answer for that one. But I can tell you what I think about the ColourPop No Filter line. If you guys want to know my thoughts on this line, as well as see a demo of the products in action, make sure that you keep on watching. So I know I look a little bit crazy. I don't have any foundation or concealer on. All that I did was prep my skin. To prep my skin, what I use is the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer from First Aid Beauty. I really love this moisturizer, as well as the Tatcha the Silk Canvas Filter Finish Protective Primer. I love these two. This primer kind of just gives you a really smooth finish, really has your foundation glide on. But I do know that you're here to find out my thoughts on the new ColourPop No Filter foundations. I did pick up two shades. I have medium 90 and medium 100. How I found my perfect shades was I used a generator through Temptalia, I believe. I'll leave a link down below in case you are interested in finding out your perfect shade. So what you do is you put in your current foundation that matches you the best. You can add more than one foundation and it'll generate a list for you of potential shades. A lot of the shades that they gave me were pink undertone, and I definitely don't have a pink undertone. I am more yellow. So all the pink undertone foundations I ignored, and I only picked up the yellow ones. I kind of wish that I picked up 80 as well, but I can always pick it up. Now these do retail for $12. They hold 0.85 fluid ounces of product, so not a full fluid ounce, which is typical of foundations. I don't think it's bad. It's only $12, so I can't really complain about that. The shades, I'll post a picture here that I did post on my Instagram of comparisons to popular foundations that I have that match me. Now, one that I use every day is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. That's one of my favorite foundations ever. I feel like it has the most perfect undertone. It's the best foundation to have matched me ever. And as you can see, none of these really match. 240 from the Fenty Beauty actually really does match medium 100s, which is weird. They are a perfect match. Well, not a perfect match, but they do match really close to each other. Comparing the ColourPop foundations to the Cover FX, the Cover FX does have a thicker consistency than the ColourPop. These seem to be more watery, but not as watery as the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. I feel like that one's really runny, really watery. I am going to use medium 90 today. I've actually used this twice already, and I really like it. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's basically a glass bottle. It has a pump that locks, so if you're traveling with it, it won't accidentally break. What I did notice is that these caps get really dirty really quickly, and if that bothers you, just keep that into account. You're going to be cleaning the lid of this bottle a lot. I'm actually going to apply this with a brush. I'm going to be using the Morphe G36. I don't use beauty blenders to buff out my foundations. I just don't like that method on myself. So what I do is I actually just pump it on my finger. It's actually pretty watery. The foundation's kind of just sliding down my finger. And what I do is I just dot it along my face. I don't do two full pumps. I don't feel like I need it. But depending on how your skin is, you're going to have to gauge that for yourself. I don't have a lot of scars or dark pigmentation on my face that I want to hide. Depending on what you are trying to cover on your face, you may need more product than what I use. So what I like to do is just swirl it in, not really pouncing, because I don't feel like this brush does that well when you pounce it, but kind of just blending the foundation into the skin. Now, depending on how much you put of this can be really, at least for me, when I wear it, it could be really full coverage really quickly. Now, I have combo skin. I'm normal all around, but my nose does get slightly oily. I can get dry at times if I don't moisturize enough. Moisturizing is key. Drinking your water is key. Sometimes, you know, we always forget to do something, right? The one thing I will say about this foundation is that I feel like it pulls extremely yellow. I kind of wish it was like the Cover FX. I just I need it more golden than I do yellow. I feel like yellow really makes me look pasty. So this is what the foundation looks like with one layer. I typically only put on one layer of foundation because I don't like to cake on foundation on my skin. I wear makeup for work and I work in an office. I don't feel like I need to cake on a lot of foundation. Now, I did pick up 2 more shades of the ColourPop No Filter Concealers. If you didn't watch my video of when they came out, I'll leave a card up here so you can go check those out. I really like these concealers. They're not so heavy duty, but they do the job, and they're $6, so I cannot complain. I actually used up one of them as a foundation because I liked it that much. I picked up the shades Light 18 and Medium 20. I'm gonna put Light 18 on first. Oh, who knows? So I kind of do it in a V, kind of not. Depends on my mood, how much time, if I'm rushing, if I'm not. I try to bring it into the nose just to slim down my nose a little bit. I do my forehead just to even out how much brightness. A little bit on my chin and my Cupid's bow. And this is just from taking out the doe foot applicator. I didn't have to dip twice, which is really great. And now on top of that, I'm actually going to take Medium 20 and I'm going to go on top. I know this is a lot of concealer for people. Hell, this is a lot of concealer for myself. But we might as well, right? So that's basically where I keep my concealer. Now what I do is I let this sit for a little bit and let it kind of dry and then blend it out. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to at least buff out my chin first, my Cupid's bow, my forehead, and I'm still using that same foundation brush just so that it kind of blends evenly into the skin. Now I'm going to just take a sponge. I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge. You can use a beauty blender, and I'm going to blend this out. Now sometimes I usually use a brush for this, but I thought I would use a beauty blender because I have used a beauty blender to blend out my concealers before. I know that this is really light, but I like my concealers to be pretty light. Now that we have that part down, I'm going to take the ColourPop No Filter setting powder and I'm going to set my under eye so that none of it moves. In the powder, I did pick up the translucent shade, and it has 8.5 grams of product or 0.3 ounces of product in it. I don't use a lot of powders like these because they don't really sit well on my skin. And I will let you know my thoughts on this because I have used this as well. So as this bakes a little bit, I am going to be using 2 of the ColourPop No Filter Sheer Press powders. These also retail for $9. There are 5.5 grams or 0.19 ounces of product in each one. I picked up the shades Light and Medium. What I did notice is that they kind of go on the peachier side. Again, I hope that in the next launch or as ColourPop expands this line, they do get a different variety of colors. I feel like the medium especially pulls really peach. Depending on your undertone, these may not work for you. This is the light shade and this is the medium shade. The medium looks a lot more peach. And I'm going to take the medium and kind of go over some of these highlights just so that it kind of dulls it down a little bit and it's not so intense. And I'm just going, I like smaller brushes just because I don't feel like I need to set my whole face. I feel like with bigger brushes I never get how much real estate that I actually need to get. Now I'm going to mix the light and the medium together and I'm going to brush off and go over that translucent powder just so that I can knock off any flashback, because that's the one thing you will notice about both these powders is that it does give you tremendous flashback. So we've used all these. Now I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup and come back and let you know my thoughts on all the products, and I'll let you know whether I think you should pick up any other items from the ColourPop No Filter line. So here's the final look. I'm going to briefly tell you what I like about each product, what I don't, what I think you should pass on, and what I think you should spend your money on. Now for me, if you watched my last video on the concealers, you know that it's a pass for the concealers. I think that they are great for $6. You can't beat it. They have a nice range of colors from light to dark. I highly suggest you pick up these concealers. They're $6. Definitely a steal. Definitely something that you should purchase. Now, I also think that you should pick up the foundations. I really love the foundations. I've been wearing this foundation since I got it, so for the past 2 days, and New York has been hot these last 2 days. 90 degrees, 90 something degrees, humid, nasty. I was running around, going up avenues, blocks. My makeup did not budge. It did not get greasy. My nose did not get greasy. It didn't crease. It didn't fall into any fine lines. Even when I had my sunglasses mark here, I touched it up and it was fine. It didn't really like move the foundation that much. It really just picked up the powder. I really love these foundations. I think that for $12 they are a steal. I hope that ColourPop, if you're watching this, the only thing that I would recommend is changing up some of your undertones. I feel like they only did yellow and pink undertones and that they're missing a couple of others. So that's my only critique for the foundation, is that they add a couple of different undertones into it. Again, they just launched this, so obviously their undertones aren't going to be so expansive. I think that it is a great start, but again, I kind of hope that they expand with undertones like they did with the concealers in the future, because they already have 42 shades. They definitely can expand it some more, and people are gonna love it. $12, I am here for it. I think that is a great price, so I definitely suggest picking up the foundation as well. Now, this product I'm still on the fence about, and that is the No Filter Sheer Press Powders. I don't know how I feel about these. I don't love them, but I don't hate them. Now, they're $9, which isn't that bad for a powder. I like the packaging. You get a nice mirror, you get a nice amount of product. You could take it anywhere that you go. I mean, you can stick it in your purse. It's really good for travel, but they just don't wow me. And I don't know if it's just these powders or if it's a combination with the other one, but I feel like it makes my eyes, like my under eyes and my skin, just look really cakey and crepey no matter how much I douse myself in setting spray. So these are kind of on the maybe list for me. I don't hate them and I don't love them. I definitely need to play around with these more, but these just didn't wow me. And another reason why I'm not a big fan of these powders is I feel like they pull really peach, and I kind of wish that they expand this and add additional undertones as well. Now, something that I would completely pass on is the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. For $9, I feel like you can save your money and go for another one. The RCMA is $12 and you get a big old tub. I love that one. I love the Patrick Star one with MAC. I feel like there are a lot of other great setting powders out there, and this one just didn't do it for me. I like the undertone, that it's not just stark on white. One thing that I did notice about this translucent powder is that it leaves my under eyes looking so crepey. It starts pushing the foundation into my pores. It gives a white cast. It flashes back on camera. So I would pass on the setting powder. Unfortunately, it is only $9. And again, what may work for me may not work for you, so maybe you will enjoy that setting powder. I'm not a big fan of it. That's my thoughts on the ColourPop No Filter line. I love 2 out of the 4 products. The only critique that I have for ColourPop is that they expand their undertone range. Besides that, I think that it is a really great line. I highly suggest that you pick up the foundations and concealers. If you have powders that you love, stick with those. Pass on the ones from ColourPop, because I feel like there are other powders out there that are a little bit better than the ones that they produce. But I really do love the foundation. Again, I wore this in 90-degree weather. It didn't crease. It didn't start to bubble up. It lasted on me more than 8 hours, almost 12 hours, and I really love the foundation. It gets a pass for me. But that's all my thoughts on this ColourPop line. If you like this type of video, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up. It'll help me and I truly appreciate it. If you like me or my videos or my new red hair, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And when you do, make sure you tell your friends so they can tell their friends and 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 their friends, so we can all be parts of this great big familia. Make sure that you also follow me on my social media, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter. Slide in those DMs. I want to hear from all of you. Make sure that you also leave a comment down below if you picked up the ColourPop foundations. What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it? Are you still hesitant to buy? Is it on your wish list? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, I hope you truly enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!